I'm here, all alone, just me and you guys. So, yeah, let's just get into this. Whatever we're going. I'm Daniel, and I'm flying solo today because Jason is attending to family obligations and he cannot join us today. So, I'd like to send him a very special shout out and a happy new year to my podcast co-host, Jason. Happy New Year's to you, sir. And Happy New Year's to you. Well, this will be New Year's Eve, so yeah. Anyway, this is just going to be a short, quick, to the point ramblings. I don't even know what the hell I'm going to say. I don't know what the hell this is even about. I don't know what we're doing here anymore. I don't know what Chelsea is. I don't know. We lost yesterday 2-0 to Ipswich. Bottom of the table, Ipswich. Hasn't won a Premier League match at home, Ipswich. Shitty Ipswich. Chelsea, who tried possibly to steal their coach in the offseason, Ipswich. Yes, the Ed Sheeran freaking Ipswich. We lost to those bastards yesterday. And it wasn't great. It wasn't pretty. It was ugly from the beginning. From the minute the lineup came out, it was ugly. It was not a pretty thing. So when everybody saw Disasi was starting and not Josh, I think pretty much that summed up the way this match was going to go yesterday. Maresca not giving the youth a chance in this match, trying to go with a little bit more of experience, and we saw how that played out. I don't really know where to begin with this one. It was just embarrassing for all of these fans that have been calling for Felix to start. He finally started. He was okay, not great. Palmer, not great either. Again, pretty much the only person on our team that is worth a shit is Caicedo that actually consistently performs. Let me put it that way. Consistently has good matches. So yeah, it's from where we started the season to these last three matches, taking a point from bottom of the table teams, or not, well, Fulham's middle of the table, but still from Everton, Fulham, and Ipswich, taking 1 point from those three matches is a just utter disgrace. Like, it shouldn't happen, not when we're supposedly supposed to be where we were in the title race, as so many people have liked to have said this year, when we clearly on this podcast that we're not a title competing team. And I think that's ever more apparent after Chelsea's typical December collapse. I guess we're back to old Chelsea, where Christmas collapses and Chelsea are synonymous with each other. They go hand in hand, and just like figgy pudding and your freaking Christmas dinners do. Hand in hand, right there together. Chelsea collapsing at Christmas time. Thought maybe we were going to get over the hump this year. Maybe I jinxed it, because I'm pretty sure I said something about not collapsing on this podcast a couple weeks ago during Christmas, and then these last three matches happened. So, but the Ipswich match is here. It's gone, thankfully. Maresca, I don't know if he gets it wrong again, or just that we're just incapable of breaking down a low block, which is something that I know Jason and myself have talked about on this podcast several different times leading up to the season, leading into, especially during this Christmas break, because we really hadn't played a true low block team yet that's set back and just literally just hunker down the entire match. And these last three matches have pretty much been that way, where our teams hunker down, their quality is good. It's not the Conference League, and yeah, it's showing. We just don't have that creativity. This is the same thing last year. Couldn't break down low blocks. It's like literal PTSD right now. I think for a lot of Chelsea fans, we're just experiencing flashbacks to Poch, and we don't want to experience that. We were enjoying the 8-match not losing streak. We were enjoying that. We were enjoying the Chelsea flying high and scoring goals. We were enjoying all that. And now all of a sudden we're sucked back into the freaking Potch vortex and we're all having flashbacks. We're all cowering under our beds because we're scared little bitches that we're falling back into that whatever again. But Maresca, he's got to figure something out with this lineup because it's not clicking. You've got to put people in there that actually want to play, that actually care, that actually give a shit about the match. This is what I'm talking about. It's the same shit we were talking about last year with Potch. It's players aren't giving a shit. Maybe they're tired, but I feel like Maresca has done a pretty good job rotating the squad this year. Palmer doesn't play conference league matches. He shouldn't be tired. A lot of these guys don't play in the conference league, so they shouldn't be that tired. I don't know. It's just baffling to me what is going on right now. Or actually, maybe it's not because the fact that in the summer, this podcast, very few Chelsea pundits, very few Chelsea people on the X, very few Chelsea people in the subs on Reddit were clamoring for the signing of a center back. Not this podcast. This podcast said we need a center back more than we need anything else on this team. We need a number one true center back to pair next to Colwell. And lo and behold, that's probably what we need right now. Fofana's out. Fofana didn't look great when he came back. He would have moments, but then he'd have moments of just dumbassery like Disasi does, and he would switch off and let in a goal. Piss poor defending, especially on the play where he got hurt. It was because he was piss poor defending on his part, and he freaking pulled the ham. He did whatever he did to his hamstring. So it all goes back to just piss poor defending. So a lot of us said we need a true number one center back, and we didn't get it. We did not get it, and it's showing now. We're leaky as hell in this team. This team cannot keep a clean sheet. We said we need a center back and a number one goalkeeper, not Brighton's ex third string goalkeeper, and not Jurgensen. Jurgensen's not the answer to that. He's a good keeper, but he's not. He's just like Sanchez. He's not great. He's not going to win you matches. Now, Sanchez had been on a pretty decent streak, and then Maresca benched him. Goalkeepers don't do a lot. They're not running the meters that these other players are running. You could have started Sanchez yesterday. Does Sanchez make a difference? Hell if I know. That first goal, complete dive. So maybe that doesn't happen. It's complete bullshit by the Premier League and officials. Like, Jurgensen has every right to go for the ball. And then old dude just dangles his leg out. Anywhere else on the pitch, not a foul. In the box, foul. Chelsea, foul. Complete bullshit. Whatever. Terrible defending on the play regardless, so it never should have happened. It was just a basic counterattack. Whatever. Should never have happened, but it did. And then when we have 76% of the possession, I believe, 20 shots, 4 big chances, I think, created, XG of 2 something. Like, all of these things add up to where it's just a freaking flashback to last year. This is XG champs all over again, dominating possession, but we don't create anything. The best chance we had, Felix, was offsides. It was a great finish, man. It was a freaking amazing pass by Palmer. But yet, offside, so it doesn't count. It's a frustrating game. Their second goal. What the hell was Disasi doing? Who the hell was he passing the damn ball to? I don't know. I had no clue what the hell he was doing. Which is why many people are clamoring. Why the hell is Disasi on the pitch? When he's on the pitch, he's not a right back. He sucks. We have Josh on the bench. James was on the bench. I mean, I'm not advocating for Reece to start. Sure could have started Josh, who you just signed a new contract, who you said there's a pathway to the first team, and he's being blocked now by a guy that's not even a damn right back that sucks and passes the damn ball to the team that shouldn't even be on the damn pitch. But yet here we are, still sitting here as Chelsea fans, just complaining about Disasi, complaining about the lack of defense, and complaining about not getting the chances. Nico with the one-on-one versus the keeper late in the match, wide. In Cuckoo, starting striker. He's not a striker, people. Stop complaining about his performance yesterday. Was it shit? Yes, but he's not a striker. It's just like we said about the Everton match, or it was the Fulham match when Maresca brought him on late to chase the game, to press. He's not a striker. He's not going to provide that pressure on their center backs that you need, especially late in the match when you're chasing the game. That somebody like Gooey's going to provide for you. Like, that is what you needed. Would Goo come? I don't know. Last time I saw Goo in the pitch, he scored a freaking hat trick. That's all I know to tell you. Apparently, that doesn't get you anything, any minutes in the Premier League, though. That's all I know. Yeah, just a dismal Madueke. Not a great match yesterday. I don't know. I don't know what else to sit here and say about this match yesterday. You know, their second goal was a gift from Disasi to them, and former Chelsea player scores the goal. Maury Hutchinson. It's just it's a frustrating time. And like, first match, okay, we lost, or we drew with that. Okay, whatever. They set up, whatever. Second match, Fulham losing to them. Okay, now I'm starting to get freaking annoyed. This isn't good. We shouldn't be losing to a mid-table Fulham team. Match 3, we lose to the bottom of the table freaking team in Ipswich. That's where I start getting pissed off. That's where I start having a problem. It's like, okay, now we're starting to see a pattern develop here. Now, can Rasmus Bulls out this? Yes, I think he can. I think he needs to stop being stubborn. I think he needs to start playing people that actually care. He says he cares so much about training and practice, and I think that's great. If somebody shows up late to me, bench that. I'm fine with that. All the news came out about Madueke after the fact, after recorded last week, and all the stuff with him. I'm okay with the Madueke not being on the bench last week. You do have to send a message. You got to do some stuff sometimes. I get it as a manager. It's a tough job. I get it. I have no problem with him not playing Madueke in that scenario. But I do have a problem when you have somebody like Tyree George, who is shown in the Conference League he can play, and he is capable of filling a role in the wing, and we're not playing him. When we have players that aren't playing for the back, when players going through the motions, some players that aren't that great, give minutes to the youth. Same thing with Josh. Why does DCC deserve to start over him? He's done nothing to deserve to start over him. I don't care what he looks like in practice. I want to see what he looks like in the match. And when he gets in the match, some people just aren't pressure situation people. And he's just a passion merchant. That's it. He tries to be like Rudiger, but he can't defend. Like, yeah, he shows a lot of passion on the pitch, but he's shit. So bench his ass, Maresca. Like, at some point, you got to be like, okay, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. And I think DCC's fooled Maresca about 15 different times this year with his shit play. So, yeah, DC doesn't need to see the freaking pitch again in a Chelsea match. Keep him as far away. Now, will that happen? Probably not. We'll probably see him again a few times this year. Whatever. This is, I think the biggest issue from this is 3 matches in a row now. 1 point from 3 matches when you should have had at least 7, I will say, probably. In a worst case scenario, should have been 7 points. Best case scenario, the outcome everybody would have wanted was 9 points. We're still in the theoretical title race. But yeah, I'm not going to sit here and rant. I could be here all day ranting about this team, but there's no point in it. I just want to see them bounce back. I want to see them come back. I want to see them respond in an appropriate way. And I mean, you look at these run of matches that we have coming up. I mean, we got Palace. They played us tough. We got them on the 4th this weekend. And we have Bournemouth on the 14th, and then we have Wolves, who we destroyed earlier, and then we have City. Those 4 games, you've got a chance to bounce back. If you come out of there with 9 out of 12 points, which I think you should argue you should get at least 10 because City aren't in great form right now. So you come out there with 10 points. Okay, we've stabilized it. We've gun it out. Now you lose 1 or 2 of those matches, then serious questions will start being asked to Maresca. Serious questions will start being asked of the players. Serious questions will start being asked of the board. And we'll go through this whole hoopla we went through last year. This is like, I just pray that this is in a reverse of last year, where we sucked at the beginning of the year, then got good at the end of the year. And this year we were good at the beginning of the year and sucked at the end of the year. So I don't know. We'll see where this rest of the season takes us. I don't know. I'm here for it. We'll always be here for Chelsea. But it's time that Maresca rights the ship and he shows us his adaptability. He shows us that he can break down the low blocks because we're about to face some low blocks again. And then hopefully turn the season around. But we'll be back Thursday. We're going to do an end of the year review on Thursday. Or mid-season review. I don't know, whatever the hell you want to call it these days. Mid-season review. We'll be back then. But until then, listen to us on Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to your podcast. Follow us on X, Substack. We're both of those places at Red, White, Blues FC. We're also on YouTube. Check us out there if you want to see or you enjoy video content. We are also on YouTube and Instagram as well, all under the Red, White, Blues FC moniker. And subscribe to this video if you are watching it. And until next time, guys and gals, we'll catch you guys on the flip side.